When y'all gonna get out the news? When y'all gonna get out the news? All of my people in Illinois, when y'all gonna get out the news? Just curious. Why? Why do we have to do this? Until y'all get some control over y'all legislators and over y'all kids in the community out here doing things that's not best for the community, then we gonna go here. We gonna go here. Until you guys get your community members together and you stop stealing, killing, and dealing, we gonna be here today. Chicago is literally the poster child for what's wrong with America. I already showed y'all over the weekend where they hit 14 people. Then yesterday, overnight, they hit 20 different people. Now I'm going to show you what the repercussions are of your transgressions. And for all of you that voted a certain way, and for all of you that was out here marching to Black Lives Matter, and all of you that advocated for open borders, and for you believing that you wasn't black if you voted for Biden, this is your city.
Right now at 4:30, we are still waiting to find out if charges will be filed against two men taken into custody in connection with the shooting of a Bedford Park police officer.
Happened early Sunday morning near a gas station in the 6800 block of Archer Road. That's where CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey joins us live with the latest on the officer's condition tonight. Megan?
Right, Joe and Marie, I'm told the officer, who is a veteran with more than 15 years with the Bedford Park Police Department.
Hold on. Long hair don't care? Let me back up for a minute. Give me a second. Megan Hickey. Hey, somebody send me a DM or email, Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com, of Megan's. We don't discriminate over here. We don't believe in racism. I'm up here picking up my Aquapana Tuscany natural spring water in order to get a drink here and there. And I look up and I say, who is this milk of magnesia? Tall glass of milk, snow hair. No, she's not a snow hair yet. She's still a snow bunny. Who is this snow bunny with this, what is that, a Montclair coat on? Long hair don't care flowing outside of her coat. We don't believe in racism and pandering over the black people over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. What we believe in is that everybody deserves an opportunity in order to prove themselves to be of great character. Who is Megan Hickey and where did she come from? Somebody get Megan in touch with me so I can interview her here on the Millionaire Morning Show to better help her to understand what's going on over in Chicago. We don't believe in discrimination. We believe that all people that God made can make it into the kingdom of heaven. All right? Now, let me get Megan back. Let me see what Megan got. I missed some of what she was saying.
With the latest on the officer's condition tonight. Megan?
Ooh, I see you, Megan. She knew she was going to be front page on the news of the Millionaire Morning Show. Okay, talk your talk, baby.
Right, Joe and Marie, I'm told the officer, who is a veteran with more than 15 years with the Bedford Park Police Department, had emergency surgery yesterday. At last check, he was still in the ICU, though he was shot several times.
Dude, Megan even got clothes on under there? Good job, Megan.
Told he's expected to make a full recovery.
You see how long they left the camera on her after that in order to switch over to the actual article? They left the camera on there for a long time. That's all I'm going to say. Look at how long after she get done talking.
He was shot several times. I'm told he's expected to make a full recovery. Police say around 3:40 a.m. on Sunday, officers responded to a car crash right by the police department and discovered a stolen gray BMW that had collided with a dumpster. The car had been reported stolen in a carjacking in Chicago. Police said surveillance video showed two men running into a wooded area behind this nearby Speedway gas station. Then the two men entered a car, and when officers moved in to investigate, one suspect pulled out a gun, shooting the officer multiple times.
Is this what y'all do? Y'all just shoot police officers now? Y'all do crime and then shoot police officers. Just want to be clear of what's going on in Chicago. Look at that.
2 adults were taken into custody and 2 guns were recovered at the scene.
I absolutely want to commend the responding officers who got...
Hold on, let me address something in the chat. Edna Lofton says you disrespect your family the way you talk about women. Really? You think so? Because they sexy. Look. You're not going to stop men from looking. You're not going to stop me from looking. What you going to do? What you going to do? My chick is out here living it. Let me see. Let me call her for a minute.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? I'm on a live stream. What you doing, baby girl?
Getting my nails done.
You getting your nails done?
I am.
How you feel this morning?
I feel good.
Do you ever feel like I disrespect you?
No.
You love the way I talk, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, baby. You enjoy your nail appointment, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby.
Bye.
Bye. Seems like I could talk the way that I want to talk when I want to talk. Oh, you so disrespectful. According to who? Who you talking to, Clevis? Hold on, let me see something. One more phone call. Give me a second.
Hello. Hello.
Ooh, tell him I said assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam.
Boy, what? What you talking about?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to give any details or anything like that. What did you just pick up this morning for yourself?
I don't want.
No, just give me just you ain't got to go into details. Just tell me what you picked up for yourself before you headed to the nail shop.
No, because it's gonna be too much information.
Just say it.
A car.
A new what?
A car.
You just picked up a new what?
A new car.
Okay, enjoy that, baby girl.
Bye.
Bye. Let me tell you something. Women are gorgeous. All of the women that are around me, whether they work for me or whether I lay next to them, are kept, ma'am. I'm going to need you to sit your dusty self down for 5 seconds and learn how to submit to greatness, all right? We don't move under duress. They don't worry about what it is that I got going on. Ain't nobody checking my location. They are out here moving in abundance. They are pampered. They are taken care of. And they work very hard for me. Let's be very clear. But all of the women in my life are taken care of. Let's be very, very clear. All right? So I'm going to need you guys. All of you ladies that's feeling salty. Shh. 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 Keep it quiet. Let me present to you the information so that we can get through this show without any kind of problems. And maybe one day you too can be under my covering. Because if you do, you will be very much taken care of. Do y'all see any women around me in any capacity complaining, whining, under duress, out here in the cold, shoveling snow, trying to figure out whether or not they're going to be cold at night? All of these ladies, don't worry about what we got going on over here. I'm going to fix the community. All right, let's continue.
got there quickly, were able to put a tourniquet on that officer that likely saved his life, and were able to get them to the hospital quickly.
National Fraternal Order of Police Vice President Joe Gamaldi tells us this officer is one of at least 335 officers shot in the line of duty across the country so far this year. According to the FOP's October 2023 report, that number surpasses the total for 2022 and is on track to surpass 2021, which, according to the FBI, was the deadliest year for officers since 1995.
It is completely historic. It's unprecedented. And we know why it's happening. The inflammatory rhetoric towards police officers.
Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Revolving door
I had to get a new key card.
Where criminals are no longer held accountable for their actions.
Again, we're still waiting for charges to be approved in this case. Bedford Park police tell me they are currently in contact with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. Coming up at 6, we'll also dig into how Illinois stacks up when it comes to line of duty deaths, the rise of line of duty deaths across the country.
So nobody's trying to break in. Anton had to get another key card. Officers are being shot. Now, I'm going to present this to you because this literally was dropped over the last few minutes. Officers being shot in Chicago. Let's continue. Let me switch over for a minute. Meanwhile, this is what's happening inside of your stores over in Chicago.
It's a disturbing trend that we've seen over the past, really, few weeks.
Thanks for joining us at 9. I'm Dawn Hasbrook.
And I'm Anthony Ponce. 2 days in a row, groups of Venezuelan migrants were charged with burglaries in DuPage County.
Hey, Choco Taco.
Casey Cronus is live.
Dawn, I see you, Dawn, out there.
In Oak Brook tonight. Casey.
Hey, Anthony and Dawn, in both cases, the thieves were using devices to try and trick the store's security systems. Now, officials are investigating whether the incidents are connected. In a crowded Oak Brook shopping center, prosecutors say 2 men from Venezuela were caught stealing $750 in clothing from Macy's. When police tried to stop them, one of the men refused, trying to get away before he was brought to the ground.
So, when you look at this right here and you see the bruises on the face and the slits on the mouth, when you look at this, I'll look at that tomorrow, Bitcoin Brown. These are Venezuelan migrants that are getting their hands on devices to trick retailers and to prevent the devices that then cause for the stolen mechanisms to activate and alert the staff that things is going wrong inside of these stores. They're getting their hands on the devices, and then they're going into the stores now out in Chicago, the very same place that said that they was a sanctuary city and that these people didn't want anything other than to come in and figure out how it is that they can get their work visas, stay warm, flee from their country because the country is in turmoil. There are asylum seekers and all of this stuff. They're now getting their hands on devices. How? I have no idea. Where they getting them shipped to, how you getting accounts, what debit cards are you using, whatever, right? But look at these people. Look at them. Look at them on your screen. These are the people that are innocent, that are seeking asylum innocently, that is saying that they don't want to bother nobody, but they going into these places and they're stealing them blind. These are just some of them that got caught. Okay? But it gets better.
And handcuffed.
They went in with a foil-lined bag, which again is designed to defeat the theft detection system that is installed at the store.
One day earlier on Black Friday, 3 migrants, also from Venezuela, who've been living in Waukegan, allegedly took $500 worth of merchandise from Kohl's in Elmhurst.
Let me back up again. It's not just one set. It's multiple different sets of people. They got slits in their eyebrows. They got decent haircuts. They got bruises and stuff all around them. As women, as men, all ages, all shapes, all sizes. They are in these retailers in your area after they send their kids to school, stealing you blind. It's just a fact, though.
From Kohl's in Elmhurst.
King Brumman says they'll be back out in 3 to 6 months. No, I'll do you one better. Under Chicago's Safety Act, every last one of these people were released back to the streets. And most migrants that are arrested for crimes, especially some of the ones that's the most egregious, under Chicago's Safety Act, are released even though they identify their home as a tent or the airport, and most of them never show back up to court. That is a fact. Under Chicago's Safety Act, they are released immediately after being arrested back to the streets to do what they want to do. That's a fact, though. Didn't matter the amount that they stole. Didn't matter how bad the crime was. Yes, it was all put together, and it is designed for them to not have to hold them, feed them, house them, or prosecute them and send them back to their countries.
In that case, they were carrying a large magnet to thwart the store's anti-theft devices. All 5 people were arrested and charged, but DuPage County State's Attorney Robert Berlin says under the Safety Act, all but one of those offenders has been released.
I can't make this up. See, I'm not just making this up as I go. I'm telling you what's happening right up under your nose in your cities, where you advocate for the legislators that then craft the laws that then allow for this stuff to happen on a regular basis. I cannot make this stuff up. I'm telling you the real. Every last one of them have been released except for one up to this point under Chicago and Illinois' Safety Act. That's SAFE-T. That's a fact, though.
Judges have very limited discretion in detaining those defendants.
He tells us there have already been 3 cases where migrants have failed to appear in court.
And the difficulty in finding them is a real problem. In fact, in one of the cases, when the judge was issuing the warrant for the defendant's address, it said tent.
You still think I'm crazy? Do you still think I'm crazy? Or is this red-blooded white man right now? Because the Lord said where 2 or 3 were gathered in his name, there he is in the midst of us. You know what I'm saying? God said where 2 or 3 were gathered in his name. That's why you always need a witness. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there he is in the midst of us. And so we're revealing to you the truth of what is happening out here in these streets. And you sit here and you continue to do the thing. You call me crazy, and then you advocate for change, and then this is what you get as a result of it.
Saturday wasn't the first time the Macy's here at Oakbrook Center has been hit in recent weeks. On Halloween, 2 Venezuelan migrants allegedly made off with more than $2,800 worth of merchandise before being caught a short time later. Reporting live in...
Don't worry about it. And then at the same time, we got the trifecta. So we got the police on one end getting beat up, shot, and put in the hospital. Veterans of the police department. On the other end, you got crime running rampant, and your legislators is advocating for and in passing acts that is then supported by us, the culture, to say that if you do a crime, you then are to be released immediately under the Safety Act with no bond and no address. And then on top of that, not only did they pass an irresponsible budget over there in Chicago, but this is happening.
A heated city bus is their only reprieve for just a few hours each night. Despite the promise of a large base camp and more shelters, single male and female migrants worry once again they'll still be the ones out on the street. A biting winter wind shears right through the gaping holes of plastic draped together in the form of some sort of habitat. We tremble from the cold. I don't have anything. And yet for hundreds of men and women like him, Soltero says they're called singles, arriving alone from the border, the cold is inescapable. I would like to go back to Honduras because this didn't serve me in any way.
Oh, you thought that we were servants. I know it appeared to be that way, but we planned for you to get here around this time of the year when it's the coldest, and it ain't even hit February and January yet, right? You thought that we were supposed to serve you. I get it, Honduras. So now you want to go back home because you cold. See, that cold have you feeling a little bit differently. So when you see that, they don't call. I told you they call it the Windy City for a reason. And see, here's the difference. Let me fill you in on something. It's people that is from here, living here as citizens, and they were one paycheck away from losing everything. And guess what? They get no help. They don't get no tent city. They don't get no hot meal. They don't get nothing. You know what they got to do? Here in the United States of the Americas, they got to figure it out and they got to survive. And there are, before you got here, Julio, let me tell you something. Before you got here, Mr. Honduras, there were no buses pulling up in order to keep you warm at night. They didn't even have that. They didn't have no airport to sleep in because the security and the police officers was making sure that they got you up out of there because they didn't want to affect the tourism. Wasn't no safety act. I've known people to commit crimes just so they can stay warm and they can have something to eat at night. I've known people that were willing to catch misdemeanors and felonies on their record just to go to jail because it is that hard when you are out there on the streets with no help, no love, no loved ones, and ain't nobody checking for your well-being, and they stepping over you and they looking at you as nothing. But you came over here and you said that this does not serve me, and I am looking for a plane ticket at your American expense in order to get myself back to Honduras when we never asked for you to come over here in the first place. And the problem, see, this is the one benefit that you have over in Chicago. But see, the problem over there on the West Coast and why you have so many homeless camps over there on the West Coast is because they don't have this tender weather that we have over here. See, I say that we have all of the cities that are the coldest. The Minneapolis, the Chicagos, the Milwaukees. Don't come to Detroit. All of the ones that want to be sanctuary cities that are the coldest, those are the places that you have to come to. And if you can survive 3 winters in those places, then you should get a work visa. Because you need to go through what the people go through. You shouldn't get a handout talking about this does not serve me. Serve who? Serve you? Serve you. You can pay taxes for your entire life and go homeless and get no help up in this country. And you talking about serve you? Serve who? You?
I came here and I'm living worse than I did in my home country. Their best hope is hand warmer deliveries and wellness checks from volunteers like Lydia Wong.
The fact that there was not shelter space available
not
for
Detroit.
People who's in some districts have been waiting months, stuck there waiting. Families come and go, and single men, single women continue to be there.
Truckloads of gravel are starting to arrive at the lot at 38th in California to finally begin building the long-discussed winterized tent for a migrant base camp. According to the mayor's office, construction is being delayed in order to continue cleanup on the lot that has long been known to be polluted. A spokesperson for the mayor said in part, mitigation strategies are ongoing and anticipated for completion by the end of this week. weather permitting. The city is confident that the property will be suited for the purpose for which it is being used. Not far from there, this former CVS at 27th and Pulaski will be the site of yet another shelter.
The goal, hopefully it'll be up in the next 2 weeks and have a space and a place for people to be.
For these men, that likely means weeks more huddled on the sidewalk with the guarantee that asylum-seeking families get any free space first.
Asylum-seeking families get any free space first. Not homeless people on the streets. We have no idea what's happening to them. Not people that have no heat, cold, all of that. Asylum-seeking migrants, illegal immigrants, get first dibs.